What's poppin' with Scoochie, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I make videos about my Tesla, vlogs, food, and anything else that comes to mind. So if you enjoy any of these things, make sure to hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you exactly how I was able to afford this 2020 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus at 24 years old. This Tesla is literally the most expensive car I've ever owned in my life, and I'll be taking you through my mindset and experience on how I was able to justify this massive purchase. Stay tuned. Let me just start off by saying that this has been the easiest car buying experience ever. Instead of spending hours where you have to talk to multiple salespeople and then negotiate back and forth on pricing, I was able to order my Tesla Model 3 in less than 10 minutes. If you haven't gotten a chance to play with Tesla's design studio yet, here's an example of how easy it is. Check it out. So first you visit www.tesla.com and it should take you to this page. Then you click on Model 3 at the top here. From here you would click on Order Now to visit the design studio. And then from here, you pretty much select which Model 3 you want. I chose the Standard Range Plus since it's the most affordable to me and is enough for what I wanted to do. So let's go ahead and click that and click Next. So next you have to select your paint and wheels. For me, I always loved white cars with dark wheels, so I didn't have to pay anything extra. But if you want something different, then you'll have to fork up a little bit of extra money. Like black is an extra $1,000, and I think red is the most expensive for $2,000. Yep, so let's go ahead and keep white and then click Next. After the paint and wheels, you have to select your interior color. And there's basically two choices, black or white. Originally, I was going to go with the white interior, but the transition between the exterior and the interior of the car didn't really match so well. So I went ahead and just clicked black since it also carried the Alcantara on the door handles here, or the door panels. So let's go ahead and click Next from here. Oh, and one thing, let's go back to the interior real quick. So one thing about the black interior versus the white interior that I kind of don't like is that the black interior has the wood trim here. So eventually I'm going to go ahead and swap that out, but because I like the Alcantara, I decided to keep the black interior. And also, again, the transition was better than white on white. And then you can see here that in the white interior, it's just pretty much leather on the side here instead of Alcantara. Not sure what the reason behind this is, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Let's go ahead and click black and then Next. So this is the part where you indicate whether or not you want full self-driving. For me, I didn't opt in for this option just because you can see here that it pretty much gives you these four options and I don't really need them at the moment. So you can summon your car, auto park, auto lane change, and then navigate on autopilot. But I don't really need those options right now, especially with the fact that it's really not full self-driving yet. As you can see here, it's coming later this year. So once it's actually available, then I might go ahead and just purchase it through the app. And then autopilot is always included on every single Tesla nowadays. So that'll allow your car to pretty much steer by itself, accelerate, and brake. So let's go ahead and just click Next from here. And then lastly, all you have to do is fill out your account details with your name, last name, email, and phone number. And then you have to pay a $100 fee. Back then, it was $2,500 to secure your order, but nowadays it's just $100. And keep in mind that it's non-refundable. So if you order this car, you're going to get this car. Otherwise, you're going to lose the $100. But enter your details here and then place order and then voila. After I got done designing my Tesla Model 3, the vehicle configuration came out to be $38,990. Keep in mind that this was before they increased the Standard Range Plus's price by $1,000. Then if you add in the government mandated destination and documentation fee of $1,200, the car totaled out to be $40,190. $40,190 for a car. I seriously never thought of myself owning a car this expensive, especially at the age of 24. So what ultimately influenced my decision? Smash that like button to find out. To be completely honest with you guys, I totally could have went with like a Toyota or Honda, but I'm a fan of convenience and luxury, and I figured if I'm spending over 2 hours a day in just my car, it might as well be comfortable and convenient. I've driven and owned many cars in the past and none of them compared to this Tesla Model 3. The fact that I can turn on autopilot when I'm stuck in traffic, or the fact that I never have to visit a gas station again, sold me on the idea of having a Tesla in the first place. The convenience is super important, especially if you live in the Bay Area like me, or if you live somewhere else crowded like Los Angeles. Another influencing factor that made me want to buy a Tesla in the first place was the fact that I would have little to no maintenance throughout my years of ownership. Besides maybe like a windshield wiper fluid change, or tire rotation, or I have to swap out the tires, the normal stuff in a car that doesn't create too much of a headache. take. And I say I will have little to no maintenance anytime soon because I've only owned the car for about 3 months, but I don't anticipate anything coming up anytime soon. I used to have to make an appointment for my BMW every 3,000 to 4,000 miles, and that would rack up to be about $150 to $200 every 3 months. Now I'm literally saving $600 to $800 every single year because my Model 3 doesn't require any oil changes. In addition to that, I want to go back to the fact that I never have to visit a gas station ever again. I used to spend over $200 a month, which equates to be roughly $2,400 a year. Now I don't spend a dime on gas. I'm basically paying a fourth of what I paid in gas, but on electricity now. And even that's an overestimate because I have free supercharging miles that I use from time to time, so I get to supercharge for free. How cool is that? Lastly, I just want to touch on the insurance for this Tesla Model 3. Because Tesla is still fairly new in the automotive world and is listed as a luxury vehicle brand, the insurance can be quite expensive. Well, at least that was true until Tesla came out with their own insurance program. Compared to my BMW, I'm only paying about $20 more per month with Tesla insurance. Honestly, not that big of a deal compared to how much I'm saving overall. Before we move on to the additional savings for the car, I know I didn't mention anything about the taxes or fees, so let's run through that real quick. The total amount of taxes I paid for the car was $3,617. And then if you take into consideration with the licensing fee, registration, and other miscellaneous fees, that totaled out to be $560. This brings the total cost of the car to be $44,367.10. Now let's talk about the savings. I ordered my Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus when the federal tax credit was still available. So that's a $1,875 credit towards my taxes. Then I was able to claim the California EV rebates of $2,500 before it got lowered to $2,000. This is $2,500 cash, people. Cash. And last but not least, I have my electricity through PG&E and they have an EV rebate of $800. So I was able to claim another $800 cash. The total amount saved from this was $5,175. And remember the amount saved from gas, oil changes, and maintenance? Yeah, that's another $3,000 that I'm saving annually. Even if I don't factor in the $3,000 saved annually, the federal tax credit and the rebates themselves brings the total cost of my car to be $39,192.10. By this point, you're probably wondering, how did you manage to come up with all that cash at the age of 24 to pay for this car? And to tell you guys the truth, I didn't come up with all that cash. Instead, what I did was I financed a majority of this car. Because I already paid the $2,500 order payment to secure my order and the additional $2,500 down payment, I figured it was best in my financial situation to just finance the rest of this car. And because I have a decent credit score, I was able to get approved for financing with a 3.49% interest rate. Could I have put down a larger down payment? Sure, but to me, 3.49% really isn't that bad, especially if I can just invest my money rather than putting it all towards the car at once. So now you guys have the truth and nothing but the truth. I wasn't gonna sit here and tell you guys that I'm some super young business prodigy or I make more money than I actually do. Instead, I want to tell you that with hard work and changing your mindset from I can't afford it to how can I afford it, you can actually make your dreams come true. To summarize this video, I took a really expensive car and I turned it into a less expensive car by taking advantage of all the incentives and rebates that's offered out there. And then I took it one step further by considering all the additional factors like gas, maintenance, oil changes, etc. Overall, this car has been nothing short of amazing. Every time I step into the car, it's like taking a bite of the most delicious meal ever for the first time. The fact that this car can continuously improve over software updates from time to time is just absolutely mind-blowing. This Tesla Model 3 is definitely a long-term investment that I'm really proud of myself for. It is a symbol that, with the right mindset, I can turn my dreams into reality. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, make sure to smash that like button down below, and also make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for what's next. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!